Okay, next one. Past tense versus future tense. Past tense and future tense, there are one, two, three, four, five, six possible pronouns to describe what someone is doing. Every action word in Hebrew always has three elements to it that you need to be able to find, as long as it's not in the command form. Number one, you need to be able to recognize one, who said it. That's going to be represented by the blue letters, besides for the word when it's only the shorish, then it's represented by the fact that there are no blue letters at all. Okay, so those added letters are always telling you who said it. The added letters are also always telling you too when it was said. Was it said in the past, the present, or the future? When it comes to when it was said, you need to be able to understand how do you translate it. So if it's in the past tense, it would be normally with an ed at the back, right? Like I guarded in the past. That can be a little bit hard for the kids to get used to thinking about how do I say a word in the past tense. You do it automatically, and you don't actually think about it. Okay, so that's the back of the word. Will tell you when it was said, either the backs or the front of the words. The added letters will tell you, is it said in the past, or is it said in the present, or is it said in the future? We'll go over what each one is quickly, okay? So when it was said, you need to be able to find in a verb. The third thing that you need to be able to find in a verb is what is the action? Sorry, who did it, not said it, is a much more accurate thing. I don't know why I'm saying said right now. Who did it? Probably because I'm not actually talking to anyone. When it was done, and what is the action that was done, and that's knowing, that's having vocabulary and knowing sharashim. Okay, so one, you're looking for who did it, you're looking for when it was done, and what is the action that was done. In the past, it's going to normally end, it's going to have an added ed to the back. If it's in the future, you would say the words will, would, should, like I will guard, I would guard, I should guard, I shall guard. Those are all languages of future tense. So you have that added word between the pronoun to represent something happening, the action happening in the future. Okay. Now, how is it that you tell the difference between the past, the present, and the future? This is something that you and I went through. Um, so I have a very neat chart. I don't have it in here right now. Um, but if you could see here, the letters that are the words that are in the past, they all have added letters in the back only, or they do not have an added letter at all. Okay. So if you could imagine that these things are looking in the direction of the energetic force of the letters, so to speak, the way that the letters are facing when writing a sentence. So what you see is they're looking away from the action of shamar. Shamar means guard, right? So they're looking away from the action. It has to turn back to look back at it. So we also, when we're thinking about the past, we, so to speak, have to turn back in our head to the activities that happened before, right? So what happened before is the action. So that's past tense. Past tense, past tense. These are all going to end in, so to speak, ed. When it comes to guard, it would all be guarded. Okay. Now, when it comes to the future tense, besides for when it's only the letters of the shorish, so then it's also looking away from some of the action, and we call that therefore past tense too. Future tense, notice here the pattern that there's always a letter in front. That's representative of the future, right? If this letter is looking in the direction of the language, so it's looking towards an action that's about to come in the future. When it's stuck in the middle, so there's going to be a verb in the middle for present tense. So now it sees part of the action. It's like stuck in the action, no matter which direction that it is. It's like in the middle of the action. That's present tense. Okay, now here's the patterns in the past tense. T, hey, and nu are all the same as what we saw with suffixes. E, hey, and nu. So the E is, instead of saying me or my, it's I. So shamarti, I guarded. Shamarta, shamart. Let's not go there yet. Let's go down to shamra. So here you have a hey in back, and we saw before that the hey was her. So her with an action would be she guarded. The nu, instead of saying like to us or our, shamar nu would be we guarded. But this is the same, these represent the exact same pronouns, these three. Now, just like with the chafs, you have a letter that's representative of the yous. You guarded, you guarded, you guarded, you guarded, and that's the letter ta. Shamarta, you guarded like the word ata. Shamart like the word at, you guarded for a girl. Shamartem and shamarten, you guarded, and you guarded masculine plural, you guarded feminine plural. So as long as you have the suffixes down pat, this pattern should be easy now to learn because it's the same idea as remembering the chaf sofits. Shamar is he guarded, so the most simplest form is the he. And then shamru, whether it's masculine or feminine, is they guarded. This is a matter, though, of memorization. So again, let's just go through it with the past tense. You have to know who did it, when it was done, and what action was done. Past tense, as long as the letters are in the back, we're not yet getting to the Vava Hipuk, but as long as the letters are in the back only that are added, then you know it's past tense. Versus if it's just the letters of the verb itself, then you also know it's past tense for he. And that is the order, and those are the ways to remember it. We'll do the future tense in a second.